Good morning, everybody. MG here, MG Covers. This is take 2 of the live stream. We actually had a goof, and so we restarted it. So, as always, like this video, subscribe to the channel. We're going to go through Week 2 preview of the NFL. We're going to talk about line movement, not real specific about the games, but really concentrate on the line movement, where the public's going. If we have some reverse line movement, hopefully give you a lot of very good information to help you on Week 2 of the NFL season. If you want to follow me on all the social media outlets, I am MGCovers, covers spelled with a Z. You can also check out the website, MGCovers, covers spelled with a S. So let's dive right into it. I'm going to go off screen here, and let's look at these games here. All right, so what you're seeing now is a screenshot of, this is from sportsbookreview.com. Let me see if I can get this to go full screen. There we go. Where it says wagers, 57, that shows the amount of tickets, the percentage of tickets that are public versus non-public. So you have 57% of the tickets are on the Rams, 43% are on Philadelphia. And the line opened at Rams +4, and now you can see that line has gone to all the way down to +2. So looking at this first game, Rams, Philadelphia, you have Rams won last week. Philadelphia struggled a little bit there, lost to my Redskins, gave up a big lead. And you can see immediately now Rams are a very public team at 57%. However, you do have some sharp money that pushed that line down to 2, because what makes a line move, it's not the number of tickets, it's the amount of money. Money makes a line move. So it's gone from 4 all the way down to 2. If you were going to play the Rams, I would recommend playing the Rams on the money line. You can get +113, +111, and we'll talk about this in a second. There's no data that supports getting points under 3 is going to give you an edge. Well, really, no edge at all in getting getting points in NFL. Second game, Carolina, Tampa Bay. 57% of the tickets are on Carolina at +7.5. That line's all the way up at 8.5 at different books there. Looks like it's gone down slightly at Pinnacle. Tampa Bay obviously lost last weekend. Brady didn't look good. And what's interesting about this line, I did some research on an 8.5 line. I mean, if a team is -8.5, they win 72% of the time. And if you follow me or your client, you know that what that means is more than likely Tampa will win this game. And if a team wins a game, there is a strong, another probably 80% probability they're going to cover as well. And you can see I hate to say it this way, the ignorance of the general public. They're all over Carolina just because they're getting a lot of points. So that's definitely a dangerous bet on Carolina. So for me, I mean, if you were going to play it, obviously, if you made me play this game, Tampa would be the sharp play there, fading the public. And obviously, you're going over a touchdown in that. But still, that's the correct play if I was going to play it. No Carolina, but would play Tampa if I had to. Denver, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, 54% of the tickets. That line's gone from 5.5 all the way up to 6.5. Some books are pushing it up to 7 now. Denver getting 46% of the tickets. I would say Pittsburgh is a public team, so if you played Pittsburgh, you're losing about a point of a value there, closing line value. What I mean by that is the line opened at 5.5, and if you played at 6.5, you're losing a point of value there. Atlanta, Dallas, interesting matchup here. Atlanta and Dallas. Dallas disappointed in their loss last week. You've got 57% of the tickets on Dallas. Dallas is always more times than not a very public team. Line open at -7.5. It's gone all the way down to -3. So you have a lot of sharp money coming in on Atlanta in this one. It was +7.5 all the way down to +3. And like I've always taught you guys, if you're going to play this matchup, there is a statistical advantage money-wise to play it on the money line, and I'll tell you why. Teams that win, I do this every single week. Teams that win in an NFL, large percentage of the time, overwhelming percentage of the time, also cover. In fact, year to date, of the teams that win and also cover, are 14-2 in the NFL. I'm going to repeat that. Teams that win and cover are 14-2. That means a team that won but didn't cover, that's only happened twice twice this whole season, and that usually stays around 80%. So when you apply that to sports betting, there's no really advantage of playing Atlanta at +3. If you're going to play them on the money line, you can get +132. Looks like BetOnline is all the way up to +140 there, and it'll be a nice play there for Atlanta fading the public. San Francisco at the Jets. Heavy public team. They've pushed that line from -5 to -7. If you're going to play this, probably should have played it early. And as always, if you do play favorites, definitely advantage playing those favorites early. Jets, 37% of the tickets. Now it's at +7. Also getting +7.5 Jets. You see over there, well, you go over there to Bovada, you see Jets. They've ran that line up to +7.5. Why? Because they have a huge liability on San Francisco's side, which means they have a ton of money on San Francisco. They need more money on the Jets, so they make that line real attractive at 7.5, even though that juice is at -120. Buffalo, Miami. Buffalo, obviously favorites here. Lines opened at -3, going all the way up to 5.5. 64% of the tickets for Buffalo, 36% on Miami. Moving along, Minnesota, Indianapolis. I would like this matchup or like this game if Minnesota was not a heavy public team. You can see there's some reverse line movement in favor of Indianapolis. It opened at 2.5. Now it's at 3.5 at Pinnacle, 3 at the other books, and 2.5, now 3.5 for Minnesota. So as far as just looking at line movement, that would actually favor Indianapolis. Okay, let's look at the second set of games here. I'm back on the screen here. All right, Detroit, Green Bay. Detroit, 38% of the tickets. Green Bay, heavy favorite, 62% of the tickets. Now, what's interesting about this game when you look at it, notice that you have 62% of the tickets on Green Bay, yet that line has just stayed right at 6.5. It got a half-point bump at Bovada, but for the most part, it's remained pretty steady there. So that would favor Detroit slightly. You're fading the public there. This game, for me, would be a no play. Giants, Chicago. Chicago, really good defense, getting 39% of the tickets in this one. Giants, heavy public team at 61% of the tickets at +5. Chicago, -5. Chicago had to come from behind last week. So that Chicago matchup, that's definitely the sharp play there at -5. And you notice, again, same deal here. 61% of the tickets are on Giants, yet you only have, and 39% on Chicago, but the line hasn't moved at all. So we do have some sharp money coming on the Chicago side there. Jacksonville, Tennessee. Jacksonville open up at +11. It's gone all the way down to +7. Tennessee, 37% of the tickets. That line is now -7 there. Tennessee, really good defense. We played them last week, lost in that heartbreaker there. As far as lost on the spread, the kicker missed 3 field goals and an extra point. That will not happen again the rest of this season. That is, the odds of that happening are just extremely slim. My Redskins are going on the road, 1-0 to start the season. Nice come from behind win there against Philadelphia. They're playing Arizona. Arizona looks to be much more improved, even over last year. Arizona, heavy public team, obviously 57% of the tickets. We've had a slight tick in Arizona. It's gone from -7 up to -7.5 at some books. Redskins, that's an interesting play there. Again, the sharp play would be the Redskins. Reason being, it's at +7.5. You cover the 3, which is the most popular number in NFL. The most important number, second most important number in NFL is the 7. So you're covering the 3 and the 7 by playing the +7.5. So sharp play would be Washington there. Baltimore, Houston, similar to the previous game, 63% of the tickets on Baltimore. Houston, 37% of the tickets. Houston's going to win. Is going to upset some teams, man. They did last year. We had them in our power rankings last year, winning against Kansas City. Definitely a good quarterback. Still offensive line a little shaky there, but that line has gone from +6 now to +7.5. So depending on which book, you can get that hook with Houston and fade to public as well. KC Chargers. KC is going to be the overwhelming favorite week in, week out, no doubt about it. 67% of the tickets. Kansas City will be a huge liability for sports books this year. That's why that line has gone up from -6 all the way up 2.5. And look at there, Bovada and BetOnline has bumped it to 9. Chargers now at without Phillip Rivers. So at plus 8.5. Again, obviously the faded pup would be the Chargers. This would be a game personally that I would stay away from. New England, Seattle, very interesting matchup. Bill Belichick won his first game with Cam Newton. 42% of the tickets. So New England is a non-public team. I just had a brain freeze. I was looking to see if I had that Monday night game. I'll pull that up here in a second. Seattle, 58%. So the sharp play is going to be New England. You can even see where you've gotten plus a little bit of line movement, plus 3.5. So you do have some money that was going in favor of Seattle to bump it to that 4. But that plus 4, that's a pretty good hook if you like New England. I definitely like New England in that particular play. So anyway, so that's that. Let me see if I pull up the Monday night game. I don't think I had it on here. And we'll talk about it real quick. Okay, New Orleans, Vegas. You have New Orleans getting 58% of the tickets. Heavy public team. Vegas, 42% of the tickets. New Orleans line open at 6.5. It's gone down to 5.5. So that does favor Vegas. There's some reverse line movement in favor of Vegas. Vegas playing their first game at home. So a lot of sharps out there in Vegas taking Vegas. So now it's at plus 5.5. Looks like bookmaker even has it at plus 5. So anyway, so hopefully that helps give you some ideas and directions to go in your NFL wagering. If you want to be a client, I'll go over this briefly. It's $49.95 a month. That gives you access to all of my plays for Major League Baseball, NFL, all of that, $49.95 per month. If you would like to, whoops. Bad here. Coaching clients, this is probably the most popular program that we offer. It's $29.95 per month. You get all of my power rankings. What are my power rankings? That's all my lines for all sports. I create what I call my stat model and give you all of my lines for all sports. You can take those lines, compare it to the sportsbook's lines, see where there's value. In addition to that, you have access to all of my coaching videos on the websites that are not on the website, that are not on YouTube, explaining how to interpret the power rankings, how to wager. A lot of great information there. We also put a new video up about once a week or so, and then something I've added, we started putting posts. A lot of times in the past, I would put a post on Instagram that's extremely valuable. Now I don't do that. I will put that post on the website for clients to see. So a lot of valuable information that I update, almost daily. Now, the best package that we offer is, let me scroll down here. It's $200 for the entire year. There's a coupon code in the link in the description box. It's normally $249. That gives you access to everything on the website. With the coupon, it takes it from $249 down to $200. And so you get all my power rankings for all sports for an entire year, all my plays for all sports for an entire year for $200. It's extremely, it's not cheap. It's just a lot of value. I like to operate around the Netflix premise. I remember I was an original member of Netflix when it first came out, $7.99 a month, all the videos you can watch. And I was always thinking, man, why is this so cheap? Well, it wasn't cheap. It was just extremely valuable, and they gave the consumer a lot. And still today, you get a lot of bang for your buck, and that's what I try to do, so that you can take some of that money, use it for sports betting. So you can be a member client of mine for $200 for an entire year. So anyway, hopefully that helped. That video helped. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we got about 30 more minutes until the first game's at 1 o'clock. Good luck today.